Very, very powerful as well. It's a good shot, good save.
And now the follow-up, and that's beautifully placed into the goal. Harry Politides steering the ball inside the far post for his first ever A-League goal. And after a first warning, City draw first blood. 7 minutes in, they lead the Phoenix by a goal to nil.
Well, it's a reasonably innocuous situation if you're Wellington Phoenix, all so routine. But no one has tracked Politides into the box. He just passes the ball in on the Harvey Norman replay. It's a nice cutback. But really, Nagasawa, with his experience, should have been more alert to the driftings of Harry Politides, who helps himself to a goal that starts things off here in Melbourne. Happy 2025.
Try taking 2 throw-ins at the same time.
Wrong paper.
Now Ugarkovic with Rahmani. Oh, that's a clever little touch. Brilliant goal. Fabulous football. And Melbourne City finally have their second goal. Nathaniel Atkinson with a classy finish, driving the ball into the roof of the net.
Well, the Harvey Norman replay shows the best move of the match, clearly, as Ugarkovic just feeds the ball. And 2 passes later from the edge of the penalty area, Nathaniel Atkinson with the outside of the right boot. It's a really important finish. It's a very good finish. Some breathing space for Melbourne City. The gauntlet verily thrown down.
The Mariners scored from a set piece, delivered by Mikhail Docker against Melbourne City. Ryan Kaltuck lurking at the back post. It's into a decent area. Oh, it's an own goal. Well, if anything sums up Brisbane Roar's season at the moment, it's that set piece. Walid Shaw is the unfortunate player to put the ball into the back of his own net, and the Mariners lead in the 10th minute.
And this one was good on the Harvey Norman replay. It's in a dangerous area, isn't it? And I'm telling you, I think that comes off. Does it come off Will Wilson in the end?
Yeah, I think you might have a point there.
No,
maybe not.
Off the backside of Walid Shaw. He just gets it totally wrong. Ackland freak. Not much you can do about that, but it's about the ball again.
For Zumarino. Bills for handball against Corey Brown, not heeded. It's a tempting ball in! And volleyed into the back of the net by Ben Halloran, who has his first Brisbane Roar goal in almost 12 years. And finally,
the VAR will check that, obviously, but on the Harvey Norman replay, it was good play. That's where they'll be looking. I'm not sure it is. It's a wonderful ball into that back post area from Corey Brown. Here's another look. Oof, they'll have to have a look on from the other angle, but look at that for a ball. It's inviting. It's saying, get on the end of it. And Ben Halloran, Julia obliges, drifts unmarked into the back post, and that's a quality finish, giving Parage Cullen no chance. And it's no more than Brisbane deserve for the way they've played.
well, his last goal for Brisbane is Mikhail Docker. Storm Roux hanging it up, and arriving perfectly was Harrison Steele. And just like that, the Mariners retake the lead. Harrison Steele won't score too many headed goals in his career.
On the Harvey Norman replay, Storm Roux gets forward down the right-hand side and just holds it up in the air, right around the penalty spot area, and says, attack it. We saw Corey Brown with a wonderful ball in. Well, that's another peach. And Harrison Steele gratefully just runs onto it and guides it into the corner. And what a sucker punch that is for Brisbane Roar.
Stolen by Nathan Paul. Feijao. Could they seal it here? It's Arthur De Lima, and he tries to find the gap, and it's crept in via a very heavy deflection, and the former Brisbane Roar junior, look what it means.
It was like slow motion, wasn't it, on the Harvey Norman replay as the ball comes from left to right. When he cuts inside, gets the shot away. It's off Harrington, I believe, and it was in slow motion as it just bounced into that top corner, and he doesn't care. He's sealed all 3 points.
What a moment for the 17-year-old. Bit of help off the post as well. And in the rain, there might be the tears of Brisbane Roar supporters, because surely the Roar are sunk.
Lifted over the top by Pearman. Taggart has stolen a march. Taggart! Do not adjust your eyes. Perth Glory have scored in front of their home fans. Adam Taggart's the man. And he waves on the 18-year-old Jalen Pearman to say thank you for the assist. Perth Glory 1, Western United 0.
And what a beautiful piece of skill it was from Pearman. That little turn and swivel, and just played a delightful ball on the Harvey Norman replay. We see Adam Taggart more than hit the target. That's all he had to do, and it beat the goalkeeper with power. But what about the pass over the top? It was exquisite. The assist was perfect, and the finish, well, Adam Taggart, he gets another goal.
Bozanovski found a gap, doesn't want to shoot from distance. Thurgate, loose first touch. But Bozanovski will sweep onto the ball and keep the attack going. Garuccio spins, sees Thurgate moving everywhere around the box. And now a volley finds the equaliser. Grimaldi with a real touch of quality. They weren't behind for long, Western United. And it is Unite round recaptured here as they grab the equaliser.
They can't hang on again, the Perth Glory. It's a great movement from Angus Thurgate, who makes himself that extra number inside the box. Western United put at least 4 players in there, and it wasn't really anything to do with power from Grimaldi as it was to do with placement. But
aerial duel. Now Taggart trying to use his ability to protect the drop zone of the ball, and he's done so really well to the advantage of Carluccio. Carluccio! What a finish! Perth Glory back in front! And they cash in a really good spell of dominance to take a 2-1 lead.
And it was all about persistence. Adam Taggart trying to get himself in. And then Carluccio just carved his own path and decided, I'll go alone here. I'll take it from here, boys. And it was a great little piece of skill, great speed to get it forward. And then decided to go himself. Didn't even look for the cutback. It's a beautiful finish, and it's got Perth Glory in the lead, and they deserved it.
Great celebration to go with it. Dylan Leonard. And Vickery now. Jags inside. Vickery's cross. It's going to slide to the back post. And they've got the equaliser. Tate Russell. What a time to pop up and score a first Western United goal. 2-2 in the 91st minute. And John Aloisi celebrates on the sidelines.
Right at the death, thinking about how good the result was going to be, the Perth Glory at home. But no, think again, that late run from Russell, paying off, sneaking in at the back post. Vickery with a little ball, they don't deal with it. And it's Russell right at the far post, trying to make something happen on the Harvey Norman replay. The raging Russell gets it done in Perth.
It'll be on the generosity of the referee as stoppage time expires. Russell. Bonic out to Thurgate. One last hurrah. Lawton! Oh, no way! No way! Jordan Lawton scores the goal of a lifetime! Western United win it in the most spectacular fashion! Heartbreak like you've never seen for Perth has put himself in the pantheon of great A-League goals.
This is incredible stuff from the youngster. 20 years old, 21 years old, academy product. You can't miss him with that hairstyle. Now make us really remember you. Jordan Lawton, living and breathing.
Bayless. Aquilina in front of Adams. Lovely ball. And it is in for Newcastle.
in season 20 of the A-League. And it may not be the most beautiful goal you've ever seen, but it counts for the Jets, and they lead 1-0 right on the stroke of half-time.
Well, it was beautiful lead-up play on the Harvey Norman replay. Look at the run there from Eli Adams. Gets himself in behind the defence. We saw him get there earlier and had a choice of shooting, and on that occasion, he went with the cross. I think it's Aaron Gerd, is it, with the unlucky final touch? I'm not too sure from that angle.
Yeah, it looks as though it's Aaron Gerd who has got the final touch for an own goal. No such movement from a Newcastle perspective just yet. Rob Stanton happy with the men out there. Aquilina's delivery. Dangerous! Taylor!
Nice.
He's done it again! Against the team he played his academy football with, Clayton Taylor, his first of the season, and the Jets, they're leading 2-0. What a boil-over this could be.
On the Harvey Norman replay, look how wide he is here. Gets his head up and he just sees, I can put that in right around the penalty spot, and Clayton Taylor says, thank you very much, and duly dispatches it away. It's all about the pass. There might be a bit of a cramp in there as well as he stretched for it, but it's a quality finish. And Aquilina gets himself his third assist of the season. And that is an absolute dream of a ball for an attacking player right across the 6-yard penalty spot area.
And 2 goals is a very dangerous scoreline. We've seen it before at this ground. Late fight backs. And Lolly is trying to instigate it. And Joe Lolly has got one back for Sydney FC. What a patch of form he is in. A double last week against Victory. Another this week. That's 23 in the A-League.
Well, as Wilmering got back here on the Harvey Norman replay, I was thinking one thing, don't let him back on his left foot. That's what you do not want to do with Joe Lolly. You can see the run of Waheem inside. Monkey Bayless goes with that. Oh, sorry, it's Caceres. And the one thing you cannot do in those areas is allow Joe Lolly back on to his left foot, because he will invariably find that far corner. Sydney piling on the pressure.
Curled in. Scott with the punch initially and the second. Caceres! There's the equaliser for Sydney FC. From 2-0 down, they're back to 2 apiece with Anthony Caceres' first of the season.
On the Harvey Norman replays, the ball comes in. He doesn't get a good enough piece on the first attempt. Ryan Scott. He goes for it the second time, and we talked about the Jets' defence being deep. Look at all the gold shirts inside and around the 6-yard, but no one is around the penalty spot. And Anthony Caceres, free as a bird, just volleys it home.
Taken short. Not really short in the end, to the back post, and there's the goal, and it's Roderick Miranda again. Back-to-back games at Amy Park for the Victory captain to find the back of the net after the derby.
Well, a combination of defensive errors on the Harvey Norman replay from the corner. Central defence just not tight enough for the Wanderers, and the Panthers-Opolis error, which conceded the corner in the first place, is part of that sequence. It's a lovely ball flighted in. The Wanderers couldn't make first contact. They couldn't react to the flick on. Roderick Miranda could.
They look up the line again for Sapsford. Wrestling with Miranda. Oh, it's a terrible square ball. Hammond is there. And it's a gift for the Western Sydney Wanderers. Aidan Hammond's second of the season. After a goal in the derby that counted for little, he'll be hoping that this one counts for a whole lot more.
Well, again, Harvey Norman replay. You've got to give a little bit of credit at least to the pressure of Zach Sapsford. He doesn't give defenders a break. Miranda, after scoring one to give Victory the lead under the pressure of Sapsford, now doesn't look at the pending danger. And that danger pounces on the ball, and Simmons nails the chance. A lot can go wrong from there. but he makes it right for the Wanderers.
As Hamill has to stretch. Borello releases Milanovic. Antonsen was in the middle. Milanovic still going. Oh, it's a stunning finish. Arrowing the ball into the bottom corner. Milanovic goes to celebrate in front of the North Terrace, his 6th goal of the season.
Well, Hamill's heavy touch couldn't be fixed with the sliding tackle on the Harvey Norman replay. He had an opportunity to try and find Antonsen as soon as he'd got the ball here. At this point, he looks up. He decides, well, I'm not going to go for Antonsen, so now he's got to finish it himself. And he does ever so well. A lot of space on that second post, and he finds it. Jack Duncan, who's been fantastic for victory tonight, can do nothing about this one. The deadlock broken. Teague to finish it off.
Ryan Teague, he scored with his only ever other penalty in the A-League. To the left of the goalkeeper, he steps up here to hopefully secure a share of the spoils for his side, and he does so. He draws the two sides level with a very cool left-footed strike.
And 3.5 plus out of time, the Harvey Norman replay. It was probably going towards goal, if not directly beating the keeper anyways. Another reason for the justification for the awarding of the penalty.
Zach Clough can't break clear. Tense moments in Campbelltown with only 11 minutes to play. Adamson's cross, and Jermaine into the corner! What a fantastic header from the Frenchman! And the breakthrough arrives with just 11 minutes to go. It's Valère-Germain's 25th goal in all competitions for the Bulls.
And on the Harvey Norman replay, MacArthur, they held strong and they held out a really dominant Adelaide United. But Valère-Germain, who has worked hard all night, pops up, and class is permanent. Those moments in big plays, they stand up, and that is a really well-taken header. Back across goal into the bottom corner, neatly done by the Bulls.
And I tell you what, he's still got a lot to do there, Valère-Germain, hasn't he? Because he's a fair way out. He has to get placement, a bit of power. There's his previous 10. Let's see how well Philip Curto has done his homework. Big intake of air from Zach Clough. Well, Curto went the right way, but it was too strong, too powerful, too good, and Adelaide are all square.
Feet to run his way through to get the penalty, and Zach Clough, with all his experience, all his composure, that's a really, really well taken penalty on the Harvey Norman replay. Picks his spot, takes his spot. Curto, for all of his great work.
Might do yet, as Yul sends the ball in. Oh, turned it beautifully by Luka Jovanovic, and had the Reds stolen the points in injury time in Campbelltown. Carl Veart will call it an inspired substitution. It was a glorious touch at the near post. Is it going to be the Reds' night for the first time in Campbelltown?
Game for Adelaide. It's a wonderful delivery on the Harvey Norman replay, and the movement from Jovanovic is excellent. Steers toward the near post and just helps the ball through. It's a really well taken finish. And Adelaide have come to paint Campbelltown red. You think that's all 3 points squared away.
And look at the reaction on the bench. Luka Jovanovic, who was left out of the squad.